Hey friend, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, hopefully this is something that's profound. The Oracle is a 10% double IPA from Bell's Brewery in Comstock, Michigan. The Oracle is Bell's West Coast style double IPA, and I think it's the only West Coast style IPA in their portfolio at all. So when I think of Bell's and IPA, I think of Two Hearted, which it isn't exactly a West Coast IPA. So this one should be hitting store shelves near you. Either it should be there right now or it should be there really soon. It's their July release and it's the middle of July right now. So if a West Coast IPA from Bell's is something that intrigues you, keep watching this video. I'll let you know what I think. And if it's something that sounds good to you, go out to your local bottle shop and see if they have it. So let's take a gander at the label here real quick, and then we'll get into the beer. We'll get it in the glass. It's got a nice, deep kind of crimson red color with a gold font that says the Oracle, and it has a picture of who I'm guessing to be Pythia. And the only reason I know that is because it mentions Pythia on the back of this label. And it has this really old world kind of embroidery around the edge, and it says on the back, an intensely hopped double IPA that is sure to make you as all-knowing as Pythia. It's just a matter of interpretation. And on the back it says the shelf life is 3 months, and the alcohol, like I said earlier, is 10% by volume. This one was packaged on July 6th of 2018, which at the time of this recording, it's the 14th right now. That was just about a week, about 8 days ago, right? If my math serves me correct. 6 plus 8 is 14. That sounds about right. Yeah, I had to double check that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Bell's snifter here, and I'm going to grab a bottle opener, and we're going to go ahead and crack this open. The bottle cap is it's a one-off for this bottle. It matches Pythia here on the top of the logo. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. And I think moving that bottle around is going to cause it to, okay, well, I just got that one little bubble on the top there. Let's give it a smell. Has a little bit of a citrus scent to it, but it smells has a nice hoppy, kind of almost piney scent to it. I'm going to set the bottle cap to the side there. Let's go ahead and pour it. It's got a nice orange color. Almost, wow, as it collects, it's almost amber. But yeah, it's a nice pour. Hey, look at me. Move this over to this side. And I got about maybe a finger and a half, almost 2 fingers ahead. It's compact around the top, but it has some nice larger bubbles on the top, a little bit kind of spread out, almost styrofoamy where the pour went in. But the rest of it, it's got nice compact bubbles here. It is a tiny bit hazy, not totally see-through, not what I would call hazy, but it's not, okay, it's a tiny bit hazy, so it's a little bit opaque. I can't see the Bell's logo through this, but I can see it's blocked there, and I can see my fingers moving through it. It's got some nice carbonation streaming up to the top, and the head is kind of an off-white, close to yellowish color. Off-white enough to be not white, but not all the way yellow, obviously. And yeah, so let's give it a better nose here. Getting a lot of citrus on this, and like I said, on the tail end of the scent is a bit of a hoppy, piney hoppiness. I'm going to go ahead and dive in here. Cheers. So right off the bat, you do get a bit of a orange sweetness, a bit of a citrus sweetness, but it is immediately taken over by piney hoppiness, really intense, really, like I said, it's West Coast style. It's very reminiscent of West Coast. I can taste a little bit of the booziness to it in the back end. There's a little bit of a boozy bite to it, 10%. I mean, that's kind of expected. Has a very intense citrus aftertaste. Yeah, it's got that bitterness is just really, you get that citrus kind of sweetness right at the very tip, and then after that, it's just all intense bitterness, piney bitterness. I'm not getting much citrus bitterness out of it. I got a lot of citrus, obviously, in the sweetness, but the aftertaste is really just piney, bitter, just hangs out on your tongue there. It has a little bit of a kind of a scratchy dryness on the back end. And like I said, there is a bit of a boozy 10% bite in there. But yeah, it's really super bitter. This is probably like one of the most bitter Bell's beers that I've had that I can think of. Hop Slam used to be really bitter to me back in the day, way back in the day. The most recent one wasn't nearly as bitter, but this is really bitter. So if you're a big fan of West Coast IPAs, and like I said, you want to get a West Coast IPA from Bell's, it's probably the closest you're going to get, but it's a very good example of the style. Very bitter, very... got that little bit of crispy sweetness at the very beginning, and that boozy aftertaste is really there in spades. I'm not a huge West Coast IPA fan. I think I've said that multiple times on this channel, but if you are, this is definitely one to check out. It has all those qualities of what you expect from a West Coast IPA. It has that orangey sweetness up front. I don't really know how much this differentiates itself from other West Coast IPAs because, like I said, I'm not really a big fan. That's not really my area of interest, I guess, right now. So if you're interested in that from Bell's, if you're a Bell's fan and you like West Coast IPAs, I think this is one that you should check out. If you are not a West Coast IPA fan, I don't know if I'd check this one out. I don't know personally if I'd pick this one up again. I think the 6-pack was about $16 roughly at the local bottle shop that I picked it up from. I only got a single because, like I said, I'm not super interested in West Coast IPAs, but I thought it might be one that you guys are interested in knowing about. So again, if you're a West Coast IPA fan, go ahead and pick this up. If you're not, I would say stay away from this one and maybe go to another IPA that Bell's offers or one of the many IPAs that are offered all around the state. If you're not a West Coast IPA fan, I would say stay away. All right, friends, that is the Oracle from Bell's Brewery. If you've had this, let me know what you think. If you're going to be making it out to the Summer Beer Fest in Ypsi in a couple weeks, what are some of the beers that you're looking forward to trying? Let me know all that and more in the comments down below this video. And while you're down there leaving all those comments and telling me about your ambitions and dreams, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Michigan beer content because I'm doing this twice a week for free for viewers just like you. You can also find links to my social media, my merch, Amazon links to some of the different gear I use for these videos, and a link to my blog at drafttherapy.com. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by, and remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries wherever they are, and don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.